is involved in this process, and they're right now present. In fact, outside in the foyer, guests of honor, there are some exhibitions that are being done, and so we'll do well, all of us, to find time to interact with the exhibitors, for us to see what they are doing, to talk to them and ask them how they are contributing towards this process of skills development. At this juncture, allow me, before I do so, let's give a hand of appreciation to the EU for the wonderful work that has been done and for the remarks that have been given to us this morning. We are most grateful. At this juncture, guests of honor, distinguished members of the High Table, ladies and gentlemen, may I now invite to speak to us the representative of the President of the Zambia Congress of Trade Unions, Mr. Geoffrey Mbewe, to now come and give us his remarks. There isn't much energy in the club. Because when the workers come, they come with a lot of energy. So we also give them some energy.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I believe you're all workers. Honorable Minister, I thought the workers would be happy because their representative are speaking. Thank you so much. Guest of honor and Honorable Minister of Labor and Social Security, Honorable Brenda Tambatamba, Member of Parliament for Kasempa. The Permanent Secretary is present. Permanent Secretary, Minister of Livestock and Fisheries, Permanent Secretary, Technology and Science, Acting Permanent Secretary, present, senior government officials present, leaders of business and industry, ILO country representative for Zambia and Malawi, and not Malawi and Zambia. Thank you for that correction. The ILO representative present, the representative of the Zambia National Service Commandant present, distinguished guests and ladies and gentlemen. Allow me to begin by sincerely appreciating the Minister of Labor and Social Security and the International Labor Organization, working through the Skills Advisory Committee, for the tireless efforts that has brought us to this important milestone. Guest of honor, this program we are launching today is not theoretical. It is practical, evidence-based, and grounded in real sector needs. Guest of honor, from the energy sector facing load challenges to mining, requiring advanced technology, competences, to tourism demanding skilled service providers. The work that has been done reflects the real economy of Zambia. There is no economy, guest of honor, which cannot improve without the skills of the workers. This program we are launching today is very important to the Zambian workers, because it impacts a lot of skills in the energy, in the mining sector. This shows that government is concerned to improve the skills of the youths and the workers in Zambia. Guest of honor, apprenticeship is the foundation of a productive economy. Let me put it this way. Into context, a young person trained in electrical installation through apprenticeship is not just employable. They can help Zambia's energy challenges at households and industrial level, and which is very important for us as a country. Guest of honor, in this construction sector, an apprenticeship bricklayer or plumber contributes directly to infrastructure development, reducing reliance on foreign labor. In the mining sector, the skills impacted in machinery maintenance help reduce downtime and increase output in the mining sector because of the skills which has been put into a worker. It is therefore that apprenticeship ensures that the skills are not only learned but applied. It produces workers who understand both theory and real workplace conditions. Guest of honor, ladies and gentlemen, countries that have strong apprenticeship systems, such as Germany, have low youth unemployment because young people transition smoothly from training into employment. Zambia, as a country which has high unemployment, must follow this path, and this is a path that we are following, guest of honor. Allow me to remind all stakeholders that the National Skills Development Agenda is about people who transition into workers. It is therefore important to note that there can never be meaningful discussion about skills without workers at the table. For example, when discussing training program for workers, it is breathing for them to appreciate and engage themselves fully. Guest of honor, trade unions are not enemies of business. Trade unions now are social partners in implementing government policies. In fact, a unionized workplace often has few disputes because there are structured channels for dialogue. Workers who feel protected are more committed and productive. Collective bargaining ensures fairness, which reduces staff turnover and improves service delivery. Guest of honor, a Zambian worker and a unionized Zambian worker has moved to understand what productive means in this country. And we are walking the talk because we know that without productivity, we cannot have better pays and better conditions of service. So it is important to appreciate what has been brought on the table. Guest of honor, the right to organize is protected under the ILO Convention. And when we organize workers at place of work, meaning we are implementing the ILO Convention 87. The right to collective bargaining is protected under the ILO Convention 98, which is very important and very important to the employees of this country. An employee who violates these rights is not only breaking the law, but also undermining national development. Guest of honor, apprenticeship, instead of importing skilled technicians, Zambia can train local youth in solar installation, reducing dependence on external expertise. It also enhances employability. A TVET graduate who completes apprenticeship is a workshop becomes compared to one with only classroom training. And we understand that the systems which have been brought in the energy sector have actually made the youths to start doing installations in the communities, installations in industries, and installations in many places because of the skills which has been impacted in them under the ILO programs of apprenticeship. So, guest of honor, the labor movement supports and appreciates these programs. It also supports industrial growth because apprentices trained in agro-processing can support value addition in agriculture. It facilitates knowledge transfer. Experienced artisans mentoring young apprentices ensure continuity of critical skills in sectors like construction. Guests of honor, ladies and gentlemen, as workers, we want to ensure government and employers that are committed, that we are very much committed to the productivity in this country. Every day, workers report for day-to-day in mines, farms, hospitals, schools, and factories. Workers keep the economy moving. Even under difficult conditions such as the past power shortages, which, Honorable Minister, have been improved and covered, and now we are talking of power shortages in the past. Guest of honor, however, productivity must be matched with fairness. A worker cannot be productive if they are underpaid or overworked. A worker cannot innovate in an environment where their rights are suppressed. Allow me, in concluding, by indicating that this program is a turning point for Zambia. It gives our young people hope. It gives our workers opportunity. It gives our economy a future. Let us all commit to making this program a success so that the results may be seen in the future of what we do as youths and employers. And we pray and hope that ILO, the sponsors as well, and government may walk the talk, that this is not just a program to sit, but it is skills which will be developed for the future of this country. I thank you so much.
Another hand of appreciation to the labor movement. They have confirmed, the workers of Zambia have confirmed we are on the right path, because this is the path that has been trodden before by those countries now who stand ahead of us. And so what we are doing is just learning from them. The workers have also confirmed that this is a turning point. Indeed, it's a turning point. Guests of honor, as I was doing some research on what is happening today, it occurs that Zambia is maybe the only second country in Africa to have a fully gazetted critical skills list, only after South Africa. So that is just to confirm that indeed we are on the right path as a country. At this stage, allow me to now invite to the podium to deliver remarks on behalf of the employers, the President of the Zambia Federation of Employers, Ms. Myra Ngoma Sakala. We can give her some encouragement as she comes through. So these are our employers, so you better encourage them, because or else you know what that means.
You'll be fired. Good morning, Honorable Minister. Good morning, the High Table. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. We didn't have breakfast. Okay, you won't be fired. Guest of honor and Minister of Labor and Social Security, Honorable Brenda Mwikatamba, Mr. Claudio Basgaupi. Perfect, thank you. The Zambia National Service Commander, being represented by Brigadier General Kianguba, other permanent secretaries present here, senior government officials present, the President of UFEZI, other CEO present, the private sector, the representative from Zufiao, distinguished guests, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. Honorable Minister, I just discovered that the launch of these 4 skills strategies is happening within the 100 days of productivity. I was saying this is providential. And as we were discussing with one of the ambassadors, Dr. Sunshine, about this, the 100 days and this launch, we said there's also need for mindset change, a mindset transformation to have it implemented. Because if we remain in the past, it will be difficult also to mix the skill, to transform the skills into productivity. It is with great honor and profound sense of responsibility that I stand before you today on behalf of Zambia Federation of Employers at this important and historic occasion. Let me begin by expressing our sincere appreciation to the Ministry of Labor and Social Security, working in close collaboration with the Ministry of Technology and Science, the Technical Education, Vocational and Entrepreneurship Training Authority, the International Labour Organization, and all cooperating partners, including the EU, for bringing us together to witness and contribute to this significant milestone. This event represents not just a formal launch, but a clear demonstration of national commitment towards strengthening Zambia's human capital and building a workforce that is aligned with the demands of a modern economy. We say thank you to the government. Today marks a defining moment in our country's development journey as the creation of relevant skills for industry sets a good base for economic development. The launch of the pilot National Apprenticeship Program, the National Critical Skills List, and the sector skills bodies is a strategic response to long-standing challenges in our labor market. It reflects deliberate shift from fragmented approaches to a more coordinated, evidence-based and inclusive system of skills development. For us as employers, this is a welcome and timely intervention that signals progress, direction, and renewed hope for both businesses and the workforce. Guests of honor, ladies and gentlemen, you are all aware that across various sectors of the economy, employers have consistently raised concerns about the mismatch between the skills available in the labor market and those required to drive productivity and the competitiveness. Many businesses struggle to find workers who possess not only the technical competences, but also practical experience and work readiness needed to perform effectively. At the same time, thousands of young people continue to face limited employment opportunities, not because they lack potential, but because they are not adequately equipped with relevant industry-aligned skills. This disconnect has had far-reaching implications, affecting business growth, limiting innovation, and ultimately slowing down economic progress. It is therefore encouraging to see a comprehensive initiative such as this one, which directly addresses these challenges. The development of the National Critical Skills List is particularly important milestone as it provides a clear and structured understanding of the skills that are most needed in our economy. These too will play a vital role in guiding decision-making across multiple levels. For employers, it offers clarity in workforce planning and recruitment strategies. For training institutions, it provides direction for curriculum development and program alignment. For policymakers, it informs the design of targeted interventions that respond to real labor market demands. And for young people, it serves as a roadmap for making informed career choices that increase their chances of employment and success. In addition to this, the establishment of sector skills bodies represents a significant step towards strengthening collaboration between industry and training providers. These bodies will create a platform for continuous dialogue, ensuring that skills development remains dynamic, responsive, and relevant. From the perspective of Zambia Federation of Employers, this is a critical development because it places employers at the center of the skills agenda. It ensures that industry voices are not only heard, but actively shape the direction of skills development in the country. This kind of partnership is essential if we are to build a system that is both effective and sustainable in the long term. Guest of honor, the focus on priority sectors such as energy, agriculture, mining, and tourism is both strategic and commendable. These sectors are key drivers of Zambia's economic growth and hold immense potential for job creation, value addition, and export development. By aligning skills development efforts with the needs of these sectors, we are laying a strong foundation for economic transformation. We are also ensuring that investments in skills yield tangible results in terms of productivity, competitiveness, and inclusive growth. Allow me now to turn to the Pilot National Apprenticeship Program, which we consider to be one of the most transformative elements of this initiative. As employers, we strongly believe that skills are best developed through a combination of theoretical learning and practical experience. While classroom-based education provides essential knowledge, it is through hands-on, workplace-based learning that individuals acquire the competencies required to perform effectively in real-world settings. Apprenticeships provide this critical bridge, enabling young people to transition smoothly from education to employment. Through structured apprenticeship